So what'd you guys do this week, huh? Anything fun? Anything neat?
Actually, in the past 2 weeks, because we haven't been here for 2 weeks, Guido.
Oh, yeah.
I moved into my new apartment.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, everything's pretty much unpacked. You can see there's boxes kind of behind me still. Like, this is all that's left. There's a couple of boxes that are stacked up, and then we're all moved in. It's nice.
Very
I
good.
like it.
So you do like your new place, huh?
I do like my new place. It's really nice. I'm actually really close to you, too, now.
Hey, Guido.
Yeah.
What if I told you the stream's working?
I know. I started it. So, a brief hello to everyone that's here on the stream. We started a few minutes ago, so we're just going to keep going. Fuck you guys. But really, thanks for
we're
tuning
still
in.
at intros right now.
Yeah, we didn't do last week. It was just bad news for us. A lot of people displaced. Nasty didn't have a place to go, or he didn't have internet yet or something.
Yeah,
I was
all the above.
I was at my parents' house. Wally was packing for this trip, which he's on now, so that's why Wally's not here. First episode he's missed since the beginning, like wholly missed, I think. Yeah.
Well, even Wally needs a day.
I would say yes, that is true.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're sorry for missing a week. Hopefully we won't be doing that again anytime soon.
It won't happen anytime soon. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I'll come over to your place and put you in your chair and hook you up to your cum machine and make sure that we record another episode.
Yep. My cum machine, which I named Steve.
Hook you up to Steve.
Yep.
Steve, otherwise known as the Cum Displacer 4000.
Yep. I just got a VAT refill.
Oh, good. Thank God. You needed it.
Yeah. I don't know what I did this past few weeks. I mean, my life is boring.
You're house sitting.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I was house sitting. Oh, you know what? These fucking cats that I'm house sitting for. Let me tell you about these goddamn
Let me
fucking
hear.
cats.
Wait, did that dog die, by the way, yet?
No, it didn't die. I
Needs to.
wish. I should have fucking, put a pillow over its head.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. It just, croaked over.
Mom, Dad, it died peacefully in its sleep.
Yeah, because you put it to
As I
sleep.
smothered it with a pillow.
Yeah.
But no, they have these two cats, a boy and a girl, and they chew cords. They chew all sorts of cords, any cords they can get their hands on. So, but my parents were like, no, it's just like little earbud cords, like small ones they'll chew on. So I'm like, all right, most of my cords should be all right. I don't really have to worry about this. And, stupid dumb idiot me, of course, I left my Sennheiser headphones out. And, $150 pair of headphones. And
Is that why you're not wearing them today?
Yeah, that's why I'm not wearing them.
Oh, God, that sucks.
Yeah. And
That's
just
painful.
chewed right through it. So I went to Best Buy to get, just a dummy, just a shitty $40 pair of headphones to fucking wear for the week that I'm there so I can play video games. And while I'm wearing, I have them on my head. And all of a sudden the left sound goes out and I look down and there's one of the fucking cats chewing on the goddamn cord while I'm wearing them.
You lost 2 pair of headphones in a week?
Yeah. Well, no, that's not even it, because then I was like, okay, I can sabotage. I can fix this. So I kind of
Sabotage.
I can sabotage.
Sabotage the cats.
I can sabotage the headphones, salvage the cats.
Yes. I kind of putzed with the wire and got it so that it was working, and then I put some wire guards, some tubing around it, just so they wouldn't fuck with it anymore. And then I come home from work the next day, and they chewed directly through one of the earpiece wires, like the one area that's not covered. Nice. And I could have told you I almost fucking punted those cats.
I would have punted those fucking cats. Fuck that.
Dude, pets are such an inconvenience, man. That's primarily the reason I don't have one. It's they're just I like animals, but they're so inconvenient. Just the concept that this thing is living in my house and not paying taxes, first of all.
Yep.
And I have to feed it and take it out to shit. I don't want to do that.
Right.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, I have a cat myself, and she's a piece of shit too. I can't. Yeah, even a dog. Like I thought, having a dog would be cool or something, but then I don't think I'd really want it. I just want to be alone in my house.
Dude. Oh my god, same.
Did you think about putting out a dummy pair of headphones to like distract the cat?
Distract him. Take some old ones, the ones I broke. You still got those?
I do not have those. No, I threw those away because you destroyed them. They were in pieces.
Destroyed? By destroyed, you mean I broke like this part?
No, they were shattered in 1,000 pieces.
I don't remember that part.
Alas.
All I
poor
remember is I
Yorick.
broke the head, and then I think I broke like this side on one of them or something like that.
Oh, and also I went out drinking with some buddies, and then because I was house sitting, my dad collects like drones and helicopters and shit, like RC things. Mm-hmm. And he got this brand new one, this really fucking nice, $2,000 drone. And I showed it to my buddy, and he's like, "Oh, let's go fly it." And I'm like, "No, I don't think we should do that." So we took out an old helicopter that he has and an old drone that he has, just like a $200 drone or something, and a little helicopter. Flew it in the park while we're drunk.
Sounds like a great idea.
He's like, this guy has never flown anything like that before either. So he like starts. He's okay at it. He's flying it around. And he's like, I want to take this up and see how high I can get it. And he just like cranks up on the joystick, and it goes up and up and up and up, and then it starts like drifting in the wind. He's like, "Oh, it's caught in a jet stream," and it just like goes way far away, and we see it like a little fucking speck on the horizon just drop until it gets caught in like a 100-foot tree, and it's up there. We go get some rope, and we're putzing with this thing, drunk, two drunk guys, like 30-year-olds, throwing rope in a park. These kids playing basketball are looking at us, and we're like trying to shake the tree to get the drone out. Didn't happen. Couldn't get it out.
Is it still up there?
I went
Until
back
this day.
I went back in the morning, and the drone was still up there. And then I went back like 6 or 7 hours later, and it was gone. It was like completely disappeared.
So, some kid probably crawled up there and got it.
No, there's no climbing up this tree, I tell you. I swear to God, it was like you couldn't climb this tree. Maybe if you're like a
Maybe a
fucking,
bird took it.
Bali's bushman climbing this
I'm telling
tree
you,
or something.
I'll go climb that tree right now.
I bet you won't.
Let's do it. Let's go.
All right, podcast over.
Webcams.
We're going
Thanks for
over there
coming, Kenny.
Right now. Thanks for coming, guys. We're fucking leaving. We're gonna go climb this tree.
Podcast over. All right. Well,
Catch you guys in 30 minutes.
Yeah, so that was my week. I got drunk and lost a drone in a tree. It's a metaphor
How
for
did
my
Dad feel
life.
about that?
Well, I just watched his animals for 10 days, so he couldn't really say too much. I'm sure he was kind of pissed internally, but yeah.
He still had his expensive ones. It's a good thing you didn't take
Right.
that one out.
Yeah, I'm so glad. We almost did, too.
Who was it? Bob?
Yeah, it was Bob. Milpa, what'd you do?
Me and my girlfriend went up to Cape Cod.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
Yeah, it was good. We stayed in a bed and breakfast right on the water.
It looked very romantic.
It was pretty nice. Like our bedroom opened up to the ocean, basically. So that part was good. But
it's pretty cool.
yeah, the thing about staying in a bed and breakfast though is you're basically just staying in someone's house, and there's like, well, we were there was like 6 other people also staying there. So
Really?
yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like that part because
They're all fucking at the same time you're fucking?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Fucking banging headboards.
I'm
you
like,
guys
I
doing
can't,
like
I can't
a-
hear my rhythm because all these other people are off rhythm.
you guys doing like a who bangs the loudest contest? Because I figured that like
Yeah.
that was just a thing that couples did.
Right.
It's always
Yeah,
a
for
B&B,
sure.
right?
Just bring a PA
Point of going
system.
to B&B.
Yeah,
it
that
up.
was the past like couple days, and then I don't remember anything before that.
Like
blacked
ever?
out the whole time?
Like ever?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, he's an android.
blacked
He's
out
not
the
Millpool. Dude, last time I was here, I was telling you guys Millpool's an android. Like,
I partaked in a bed and breakfast. I had a wonderful, as you humans say, weekend with my girlfriend.
So true.
Yeah. Kenny, you do anything fun?
goddamn. I've been quite literally everywhere. So at some point last week, I took my mother to this place called Perry's Steakhouse. This super fucking expensive place.
Ooh.
It's, dude, like paying for the two of us was something like $172 or something like that. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, but it's like one of those expensive ass steakhouses. But I was really happy to take her out somewhere, like, because my grandmother passed away rather recently, and my mom's been kind of, dude, she lived to 102, so that's
then I don't fucking care.
She lived to 102, so it happens. But my mom was really sad and everything, so I wanted to help her cheer up, and like after that, I took my dad out somewhere just because I love my dad. He's one of the coolest people on earth. So I kind of went on a small buying spree of like comics and stuff like that because I'm working on a new Riot project, so it requires me to do a lot of reading and writing. So yeah, I've been reading quite literally a fuck ton of DC comics. I've been using Comixology, which I definitely suggest for anyone who wants to actually, read a ton of comics in volumes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Other than that, been hanging out with friends, playing some Magic the Gathering, watching movies, sort of thing.
MTG.
Yeah, I fucking love Magic. I only play Commander though, because I'm a pathetic casual. So. Yeah.
You only play Commander?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Like Commander's a format in Magic. Like basically, you get a legendary creature, and whatever's in the color identity, you can play only cards in your deck that are of that color identity, and you have to build a deck around that theme, which I think is great. And you can only have one of each card that isn't like a basic land, so it's pretty cool.
Okay,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
that was my phone.
That's probably me, actually.
Hitting buttons and shit.
Tweeting and shit, dude. Like,
yeah, Magic is one of those games that I would love to play, but I don't have anyone to play with.
I'll play with you.
It's fair enough.
You'll destroy me though.
Well, thanks.
No, last time that we played together, you were just like, "This isn't even fun anymore."
That's because you just learned how to play.
Yeah. And then you didn't ever want to play with me again because I just learned how to play.
All right. What do you guys think? Should we go into League of Legends?
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it.
All righty. What time is it? It's time for League. Time to bring you all the news you need. There's a man who gave us cash, and his name is Jay Reed. Ooh, little Jay Reed segue.
Spicy. I like it.
Let's see. What do we got here for League of Legends? I'm gonna have to be honest up front.
You haven't played.
Wait. We forgot something.
What?
That is League related. Wardles came out.
Oh yeah, shit.
It did.
Yeah, Wardles came out. Yeah.
I feel bad for you having to plug your own thing like that.
No, that was awesome. By the way. So I was
thanks.
listening to you guys Q&A, and you said that takes you guys like months to do.
Oh god. Yeah. Okay, so dude, Wardles nearly killed me because basically it does take months and just months and months of work, and Joseph is definitely always like working overtime when he's like trying to make the song sound good. Like if you guys if you guys could hear the original drafts that we have for songs and how they change over time, they are absolutely nothing like what you hear when we finally release. So Joseph is constantly working and tweaking and making things better. And then during that time, I'm also writing like a dozen goddamn verses. I go back through and rewrite certain verses. I have to record guides, send them to people. Sometimes they need help, like further than just a guide, so I got to go in, re-record certain things, maybe change things around a bit to help them out, and then I do that for months, and then finally we get something that we consider to be presentable, and then some guys on Reddit get mad at me for sexism. So like basically that's
sounds right.
Yeah, that's basically how it all works out.
Sexism.
I don't know. Someone's bitching about the Lulu verse and
whatever.
And, Tristana line. Yeah, exactly.
For real, like you're never gonna please everybody on the internet. So like the first thing that I've realized is that you're gonna piss somebody off, and you can either stay true to yourself and like do the things that you enjoy, and the few people that are gonna get pissed off are gonna get pissed off, and that's just how it goes.
I thought it was fucking awesome. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome as well.
Thank you guys.
If anyone hasn't listened to This Is Wardles, just go listen to it. Just stop the podcast, listen to it right now, and then turn the podcast back on. Okay?
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. And the video itself was like so well done. Like,
dude, Lars killed it. Like we were a little worried because Lars has never done an actual This Is War video before. Like he did This Is Bilgewater, but that wasn't like a full vid. But he really busted his ass on this project. He was fantastic. So
yeah, the
really
kinetic typography that he did was just fucking awesome. I know that shit just takes so much work to do any of that kind of stuff. Right. So
and he made the mistake of animating it at 60 frames per second. He was so miserable by the time he realized, holy shit, this is a long song. Like, and I did nothing to make it any easier on him because why would I? Like,
right, just make it forever. It's like 8 minutes and like 45 seconds or something like that, isn't it? Like something silly long. I know. Like I was watching it, and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It was awesome though, super fucking awesome.
What would you say is your favorite verse?
Of all of them, or just this particular one?
Just this particular one. Which one are you most proud of?
Definitely, I think I did a great job writing Vagar and Teemo.
Yeah, Vagar was awesome.
Yeah.
Like I love Vagar. I was upset that Kiori didn't get to do it because he originally was the one that was going to do it. That's why we put Vagar next to Kennen, because Janie was doing Kennen.
Sure.
Like I guess it just didn't really work well with him, so I ended up having to do it in the end. And I thought I did a great job with it. And then I wrote the Teemo verse. I was like, yeah, this is pretty fire. Like, so I'm very proud of those. But otherwise, I definitely say the Kennen verse was a high point. Rob's Nar verse was fantastic because he wrote the entire thing, and then he and Joseph did it. And the Amumu verse, like. That was spicy. Like Miles was pretty spicy on that Amumu verse.
Yeah, he did a good job. Both of those guys. I mean, the whole thing was great. I couldn't say that anyone did a poor job. That's for sure.
Oh, no one did poorly.
No, it was awesome. It was awesome. The whole thing's great. So everybody, just go listen to that, please, and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was I saw it released on Spotify first. So I hopped on right away and listened to that while I was cutting grass, and I put it on loop about 4 or 5 times.
Dude, that's what we hope people can do. They just listen on repeat and enjoy it and play League while they do it or do whatever. Like, we just want you guys to have a blast. Like,
what I like though is that like I literally had to watch the lyrics as it was going to like pick up on every little tiny thing that was being thrown in there. Like
the references.
Yes, exactly. Like there was so many references, and like the way, and also with the typography that like happened with like the Harry Potter stuff, like actually being like Harry Potter's like written out the way that it was. I was just like, this is fucking sweet. Like seriously, fucking well done, awesome shit. So.
I'm telling you, man, Lars is a badass. Like, if you ever get the chance and you just want to like get him to like make a video for you guys, like, and just let him know because he's fantastic. Like, he will try his best to help everybody. He's a really nice guy.
Sweet, yeah.
Awesome.
I think I popped in on him streaming once. And strangely enough, he knew who I was without ever meeting him. He seems like a very nice guy.
We talk about how great you are, Guido. Don't worry.
Oh, thanks.
We bring that up.
Yeah, constantly, I hope.
Constantly. Day in, day out. Just talking about fucking Guido. Like, holy shit. Like, hey, Lars, you got that new verse ready? Yeah, but did you see that Guido video? Like
you guys must have been talking about that months ago then.
Yeah, because it hasn't been 2 months since Guido's last video came out.
It's like all the references are just to Guido in the song. There's really nothing else.
Right.
That's funny.
All right. So we missed some patch notes.
We did. A lot's changed. Biggest of all, I think, that I took away from the patch notes is that Trinity Force has changed and now builds out a Stinger instead of Zeal.
Ooh.
That's the biggest thing that I've noticed, which means that it doesn't have any crit anymore, but you do get cooldown reduction on it. So
It's a stinger.
yeah.
That's
I
pretty
like
value.
I like that Stinger builds into something else now. When they got rid of Zephyr, that kind of got rid of the AD version of Stinger build. So we'll see if this ends up playing into anything and turns into anything cool. But that was about it that I kind of took away.
Okay.
What was
That's
that patch? Was it 6.11?
Yeah, 6.11.
Okay. I guess I didn't read that because I didn't know they changed Triforce.
Yeah. It's really big on Aurelia right now too, and it makes sense because Aurelia doesn't really work off of crit. So she kind of deals with the on hit kind of builds. I think are gonna start seeing a little bit more of the Triforce.
Yeah, she's already getting played in LCS. So and they're on 610, I think.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll see if this ends up bringing her out a little bit more, which I think will be awesome to see because I like Aurelia a lot.
I got to be honest with you guys and the audience here. I haven't played League in over a month.
Shocker.
Shocker.
Ever since
Segueing into the League has dropped below 30% in all the Korean PC bangs.
Huh.
Have you not played? I thought you played recently for some reason.
I might have played a game or two, actually, now that I think of it. But nothing, and no, like, sessions. Never.
Nothing substantial.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
a onesie twosie.
I'm
Right.
full on just watch LCS and not play it all right now.
Yeah. I actually played like 6 games in the past 2 days.
Wow.
Nice.
So
Oh, yeah.
Overwatch hasn't totally grasped your nuts and held on for
No,
dear life?
because I'm like way behind you guys in levels. So like
That
trying
doesn't
to
fucking
actually-
matter.
It doesn't matter at all.
I know it doesn't matter, but like getting into the game right now is just like I'm kind of just at the start. So to me, it's still like League's there and Overwatch is there, and I'm just gonna play some League because I haven't played in forever and I don't want to learn a game right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm like Overwatch is such a big deal right now. It's pretty crazy. Like, because like I've been saying for a while that there's no way League's ever going to get knocked out of the top spot unless something that isn't a MOBA comes along,
Right.
like and does the job for them. And Blizzard was just able to do the job. Like, so you're seeing a lot of like League talent actually just kind of drop League for a while to go play Overwatch, and to the point where they're completely forgetting how to play League when they get back.
Right.
I understand that that Overwatch is pretty popular. It's gotten to the level that it is. It is TF2 with Blizzard, but that's maybe that's just what it needed.
Yep.
So
It's what I needed,
I'm glad.
I think. You know, I've played fucking League for 6 years. And finally another competitive game came along that I can somewhat theory craft and that looks pretty enough and still strategize with my friends came along, and I'm having a blast with it. And that's not to say, I'd see a lot of people saying like, oh, well, you play Overwatch now, you don't play League. Like, no, that's not the way video games work. Like, video games come out.
You're not a strict one or the other.
Right. You play video games. You don't play
Right.
League. You don't play Overwatch. You play video games. So, like, I'm sure I'll play League again. Just probably not for a while.
Another month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah.
Until, it also depends highly on Overwatch's release schedule with their heroes and their maps and stuff.
Right.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, these maps can get played out pretty quick. Same with the heroes, you know?
Yeah.
They talked about release schedule recently, or at least like competitive changes. I don't know. I didn't read any of that shit though.
We'll get into that a little bit later.
If
Yeah,
they
we got the
if they
Overwatch
can't,
news coming up.
Okay.
in,
I
General
didn't know if we
Gaming.
had that coming up or not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but if they can't keep up with League's champion releases, they're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah.
yeah, but
because
I don't know if they should have as many.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know
as
if that
League.
matters that much.
But the thing is,
Like people
the
don't
reason
play
that
League because there's a new champion every month
but
or
it still
whatever.
keeps them interested. That's like
Right.
that's something to come back to,
And
because you're gonna get the fall off whenever you don't have new things coming in constantly.
I also think the 2-week patch notes that League has kind of keeps people forced to stay involved. You know,
Yeah.
like you have to, if you're going to play this game, you need to look at least like what the changes are and what's coming up. And I think that if if Blizzard kind of follows the same kind of, patching that Riot does, then it doesn't cause the fallout because of a really unbalanced like game format currently.
Yeah.
Understandable.
But this little dip in Korean PC bangs, that's that's soy futures on the stock market.
Right.
It doesn't matter, and
It doesn't.
when it says
They're
it dipped,
close though.
when it says it dipped below 30%, it dipped to 29.7%. So
Wow.
it's monumental, I guess, in the point that it hasn't dipped that low for fucking 4 years or something.
Yeah.
But it's big in that we don't know how League's numbers have dropped because obviously Riot's not going to release those statistics. So this is just a hint at how Overwatch is cutting into the biggest competitive game in the world.
Right. I also think that another big number to take away is that Overwatch currently is at 23.8%. So that really is only 6% behind what League is at. So if you're going to use those as numbers as some kind of a benchmark to take a look at where Overwatch is compared to League, it's pretty freaking close to a 50-50 of the people that are playing these in the Korean PC bangs.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a statistic that is probably just as good as this one is take a look at what the most popular games on Twitch are at any given
Right.
time.
Yeah.
And it's always been League for the past however many years, but Overwatch is number 1 or number 2 on any given day.
Well, we also have to take into account that keep in mind that this is a time-related thing. So not only has League been around for a long time, but the number that Overwatch is at, their current peak, is where League is falling to. And League's been around for 6 years. Overwatch just came out.
Right.
So we're going to see Overwatch's numbers kind of steady out a bit over time. And I definitely think that Overwatch is obviously going to grow, but the barrier for entry that Overwatch has right now is the opening price. You're going to pay the $40 to play it currently.
Yeah.
Also
having a
it's
computer
the
to
opening
run it.
price. Also having the PC to run it. So we're gonna see some interesting things like that. It's on console as well, which is a benefit for it that League doesn't have. Yeah. But like I said, you still have a barrier for entry there. You still have people who are going to say, well, I'm not sure I want to pay, close to full game price for this before playing it. So.
But let's be honest, how much money have we all spent on League?
That's actually true.
The average League player has
in
spent
quotes.
even more than $40 on the fucking game,
That's factually true. But
in
they
a
don't,
year.
but they don't see it that way. That's
right.
That's the thing. They're not seeing it as I'm spending $380 over the course of 2 years on this game. That's not occurring to them. What they're seeing is I don't have to pay for this right now. And that changes everything for some people, because $40 it seems silly, it seems like nothing, but then you think about it, it's like, well, I don't have to pay $40 for League, but I'm gonna pay that in skins over the next 8 months. So
right, exactly.
Yeah.
But if you want to talk about barriers to entry, I mean, learning League is practically impenetrable. League and Dota, those type of games are fucking impossible to learn. It takes so long, and you need a group of people. At least I did. I needed my friends to hold my hand along the way for the first 6 months until I
funny
wasn't
you say
dying
that,
constantly.
But there's people like us.
It's funny you say that though, because it didn't used to be that way.
No,
like,
it did not.
It absolutely didn't used to be that way. You could clearly learn League, and if you had friends that just helped the experience. But I understand that the barrier for entry for League now, in terms of playing and trying to get into the game, it must have increased because they keep changing the game. Like it's not the same as it was in Season 2.
No,
You know
it's
what I mean?
become
So-
very more team focused and very much more map driven,
Yeah.
like with all especially with the whole Dragon and what the fuck, Rift Herald and all that other stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you need to know the map in order to even play the fucking game. And there isn't anything out there right now that is like tutorial on like what the fuck is going on in this game. It's like, here's a game, here's how you play a champion. Okay, now go play some games and get your fucking ass handed to you.
But you got to be honest with yourself and the community that is League of Legends. Everyone that has wanted to try League of Legends probably has tried it.
They've tried it. Yeah, I can understand that.
They're not
Right.
They're not going to get a lot of new people coming in there.
True.
I wonder. I don't know. I'd love to see those numbers.
I doubt that new players are coming in right now. I think that a majority of the people that play League are who are going to play League for the rest of however long
Of their lives.
League exists.
Until League of Legends 2 shows up.
Until League is done. Like, this is
Yeah.
all League's going to get. They aren't getting any new players. Overwatch is now taking over any new player base that would exist in this game because it's a lot easier.
Disagree. Like, I mean, kids grow up. They turn from young children that like aren't allowed to play these games or are too young to play them, and they get a little older and they start playing League, and that happens every day. And then there's also people like me who have friends that played League, and I was hesitant for a while, but I started playing eventually.
But
I couldn't
if
disagree
you-
more that they're not getting new players.
If you compare that to like current season, what are the odds of player retention? You know what I mean? Like if they do get new players, like what they now have to worry about is they have an entire generation of players who have no idea what the game was like in season 2 or season 3, and they now have this barrier of entry that doesn't make sense to them. So they have to go back and rethink the entire early levels. At least the way I see it. Because if I were new and I come into this game, I'm not going to know what the fuck is going on in the jungle. And in fact, I didn't even have to care what was going on in the jungle back when I started playing, because it wasn't relevant. But now the jungle matters. Like, now your team's going to get upset if you don't take jungle initiative. And as a new player, why would you know that? So,
I almost think that they need to do some kind of tutorial-based system just on the roles. And I know people always hate, like, when they talk about leagues forcing the meta, but you know what? Like, that would be the best thing for somebody that's new to this game is, like, this is what jungle is. This is how the jungler does things. And if this is a position for you, then this is what you want to do. Just like, they had those videos at the beginning of this season, I think, or the last season, that they just had, like, the overview of what the lanes individually were, and professional players talking about it, but those are professional players. Those aren't brand new players to the game that are trying to like pick it up.
Yeah. And people always see the pro scene, but the huge market isn't the pro scene. It really is like the casual players, like people who go into normals and they just want to play games, or even people who go into bots and they just want to play a few games. Like that's your big audience. And a lot of these changes they're making, it is in service to the professional scene. It is in service to the ranked scene. And I understand that, but you can't cater to that too much. Otherwise, you're going to start like slipping with the big audience that you have.
Speaking of, can we roll into this discussion about dynamic queue and what you guys think about it? So,
speaking of not catering to the pro scene,
right?
I mean,
exactly.
if they cater to the pro scene, solo queue would still exist.
Right, exactly. So basically, for those that don't know, they're saying that solo queue is not going to be coming back, and that they have an algorithm problem in the Diamond Plus area of dynamic queue, and it's leading to really long queue times, or it's leading to really weird teams, or it's just bad quality of life for the players that are in those queues. But we're talking about like literally maybe 5%. 2 to 5% of the players of this game are being affected by this. And that was like my big takeaway from all this that's going on is like there's 2 to 5% of people that are bitching about it, and you have 50% of people that are never even going to get there that are also complaining about it for no fucking reason.
It's people bandstanding behind their favorite players, you know.
Well,
Someone gets up on a soapbox and complains about it, and then the people that watch them every day complain about it also because the person they admire is complaining about it.
Well, the only way this affects me as a person who's not Diamond 1 plus
Right.
is since there's there's two main issues. There's no ranked 5 teams anymore, which
Right.
not that I did that, but I think that is kind of an issue for amateur competition, and also for North American competitive league. It's harder to get better at the game without that existing.
Right.
But the other issue is
the feeder for Challenger Series, kind of.
Yeah. The other issue is since pro players can't play with their team anymore, they have to practice on the tournament realm now, and they can't stream that. So that's going to be an issue for people like me who like watching streamers.
What?
I can't watch my favorite players. Why? What?
They can't group up as 5.
What was the problem, though? What was the problem with pre-made 5s? I'm not sure.
I think it was bad experiences for the people who weren't in a pre-made 5. The
Well,
pre-made 5 would always just crush in those high elos. So they wanted to get rid of that.
Right. So basically, what was happening is that you would end up queuing up against, say, SKT, and they would be a pre-made 5. But the way that the algorithm works out right now is that they can either take forever to try to find another pre-made 5 that's at that level that all those 5 players are at, and that could take an hour long to get a queue for that. Or what they can do is they can grab these 3 people that are about that area, and then grab these 2 people that are about that area as well as those individual 5 players. But you're still not going to have the teamwork that those 5 players that queued together are going to have.
Okay.
So when you're in the lower tiers, say in silver and gold, if you're a silver pre-made 5, what they'll do is they'll grab people that are actually of a higher elo than you currently are and put that as your 5 people that you're playing against, because skilled wise they should be better than your 5 player, anybody that's on the 5 player team. So that way technically it's like a harder game to play. But when you get so high, there is no higher to go.
This sounds like they're trying to balance people, and that's weird.
Yes.
That's really weird. I'm not sure I can agree with that concept, because you're the best for a reason, right? You trained. You
Right.
did the work. Why should you be punished for that?
Well, then that's like what Mill said. Then they just force them over to go onto the tournament servers, and they can't stream any of that kind of stuff.
So 5 people can't team up in dynamic queue together.
They can.
In Diamond 1 plus, you can't do it.
Yeah, in Diamond 1 Plus you can't. But up until Diamond 1 Plus you can. Because they just grab people of a higher rank to put in as the solo queuers, essentially, to play against your 5-person team.
It comes down to catering to the majority of your audience, right?
Right, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Well,
it
so there was
sucks
this,
that some people are going to be unhappy, but no matter what they do, there's going to be people unhappy. And
Yep.
they're kind of picking the one that's, the least of the 2 problems, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It really just seems like they're punishing greatness. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm sure there's more of a reason behind it, that it really is just, it was the logical decision to make. But from an outside perspective, it does look like punishing greatness.
It's hard for them though to do, they're messing with the algorithm to try to say do we want you to wait longer? Do we want you to not get your, because they brought up okay, so then for above Diamond 1, then you just don't get to choose what your role is for dynamic queue. Everybody gets to fill, and that's it. And that'll make times go faster. But then we're right back to where we were in basically solo queue.
Well,
You're just solo queuing with 3 people.
You still get to choose your 2 roles, but if the queue time is going to be too long, if the system sees that, then it will autofill you sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
So that's another big issue with pro players.
This is something that I feel like I've said this, exactly what I'm about to say on this podcast a few times before, is that this is a new feature. Riot's a smart company, and you're just going to have to, everybody's going to have to give it time for them to work out the kinks, There's going to be issues. Right. Especially with a whole new overhaul of the of the matchmaking system like this. You know, there's going to be issues.
And I think the one place Riot fucked up is that they started allowing a lot of Riot employees to basically be their spokesperson.
Oh boy.
And they didn't have a common, like
Voice.
area. Yeah, they didn't have a common voice. Thanks, Mel. Like, some people said solo queue is gone. Some people said solo queue might not be gone. Some people said it's coming back. It's just going away for a little bit, you know. And there was kind of this really uneasy. Everybody was kind of putting things out there and being like their own PR person, and they didn't really have a commonality about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, since we've been away, the LCS has started back up, got booted back up.
I like it.
Millpool's in a fantasy league. I don't think Nasty is. Nasty, are you in a fantasy league?
No, I did not make it into a fantasy league.
Kenny, you fuck around with that fantasy bullshit at all?
Not in the sense.
Yeah, I didn't join any. I thought about it. I almost joined one, but then I was
It's fun.
It is fun. It's a lot of fun, and it gives you incentive to actually like pay attention to the scene. So I probably should have done it, but you know, I was lazy and I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Mill, what do you have to say about the LCS quickly, because we got to move on to general gaming here.
Yeah, the biggest change is the best of 2 and best of 3 format, which is fun. I like it.
Do you like it? I really like it a lot.
Yeah, it's cool. It's better for our region too, because like the Koreans are over there playing best of 2, best of 3, preparing for Worlds, so we'll be better prepared.
If you had to pick one series out of this past, not currently this weekend, but last weekend, what would you have picked for somebody to go watch?
I can't remember at all, really. I'm watching Wardles versus Energy right now, watching my fantasy.
He doesn't remember anything before his Cape Cod breakfast trip.
Yeah, shit, that's right.
Remember, he's a robot.
Blacked out hard.
He's not the Millpool we remember.
If I had to
What
pick
are you
one
guys
series,
talking about?
if I had to pick one series, I would say go back and watch the Apex versus CLG series. Super close. Apex looking strong. They ended up winning. Sorry, spoiler. But it was a really close game, really awesome, and it really kind of showcased why I enjoy the best of 3, because all 3 games were really close.
Is there anyone in the NA that's just absolutely dominating?
No, I was just gonna say that like CLG, I think lost both their games last week. Every team actually in NA is looking like decent. There's no shit teams. There's no super good. Actually, TSM is looking really good.
Yeah, they are looking really strong. I'd say Apex is looking really strong, and Envy also, but I think Envy had a really weak couple of teams to play last week, so it'll be interesting to see in the coming weeks when they start to play these harder teams how they actually turn out.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. That's it for League, right?
Yeah, let's move it. Move it on.
All right, moving on to this. Hey guys, we have to make a Patreon segue. No. We played that one already. I said we got to redo Elder Trees.
Yeah, that one's got to get redone.
All right, we'll do a random Sniggle Boots here. How about this one?
General gaming. Hosts.
Sniggle Boots.
Sniggle. I miss Sniggle. Where the fuck's he been?
He's around. So the big news is E3's coming up this week. It starts on Monday, doesn't it? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Gonna get a lot of cool announcements.
Yeah, we do get a lot of cool announcements. It's always a slightly exciting time. Hopefully it's not a bunch of like, hey, remember that thing we announced last year? Here's some gameplay footage. But I don't know. Should we speculate at all on a few of the big names? Like Nintendo. What do you guys think Nintendo's doing?
Well, they're working on their new console.
Mario Maker 2 is going to be coming out.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Way crazier. And it's going to be 3D.
Way
a lot like
crazier.
Fez.
Okay.
It's going to be like
3D.
Fez, where you can change... You can change your Z direction.
Oh.
Today I learned Nintendo is stealing from Phil Fish.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
He's gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Well,
Gonna sue.
Go fuck with Phil Fish.
new Zelda, obviously,
Yeah.
it's going to be a big deal. So That's fantastic.
That's probably
So
it. They
That's
might do
it.
some Animal
They're
Crossing
doing
bullshit or
Treehouse.
something.
they're doing Treehouse, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. What about Sony? What's Sony doing?
They're not talking about their new console, or the update to the PS4.
They are making
They're
it,
not
but
talking about it. Yeah.
I guess they're not showing it or announcing it or anything.
Yeah.
They're gonna wait till next year, you think, to announce and release?
I mean, I thought it was going to be later this year that they were doing release for the upgrade, but it could potentially be next year. So,
But what would they release it at? You know, like there isn't really anything big like E3 later on in like the December time. I mean, unless they're just gonna release it just for like Christmas.
yeah, just
Yeah,
for
they
the
usually
holidays.
just,
I
do
presumed
for
it was a holiday
November.
release. Yeah,
Like
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Microsoft probably give some new Destiny details or something. Some
Probably.
some
Are
bullshit.
Yeah.
they making a new console too?
I don't
I
know.
heard something about that.
A potential upgrade to the Xbox One. I'm
Yeah.
not entirely sure.
I'm
Well,
so
I
out of
think-
the console game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's funny though. Like all these guys are talking about upgrades, and it's like, why the fuck not buy a PC?
Why
like,
not just buy a PC?
like, buying
damn.
consoles every fucking year, and you can
can't
save
get those
yourself a fuck ton of
exclusives,
money.
Man. Can't get those console exclusives.
Yeah, like what? Name one exclusive that you
Destiny.
want right now, Mel.
Yeah, any Naughty
no,
Dog
that you
game
want.
really I'd
I
really
don't
like
care
to
about
play.
anything.
Holy shit! Like, come on! Like, it's about time. You know that you're about to start upgrading consoles every like 2 to 3 years now. Just
Oh,
get the
easy.
PC.
So
like,
they need to do that, or do like the expansion pack that like N64 had, where you just pop the
Yes.
RAM out and
Yes.
throw new RAM back in. They need to start doing some shit like that, so that
Dude,
way it's like
download
legit.
more
just-
RAM.
Yeah, like seriously, make it a VM. Just start like, I don't know, restricted everything and run everything off of some localized server if they want to really start competing with PC.
I can't wait until we
yeah.
get to the point where they just sell the fucking PlayStation OS or the Xbox
Dude,
Yeah,
Arcade
I've been
OS.
talking about
PC.
this for years. Like, I would so
Steam OS,
happily
man.
pay $400 to like run, I guess, an emulated PS4 on my PC. I would
Yeah.
pay the $400 and I would pay the $60 for games, as long as I don't have to have this shitty fucking hardware in my house anymore.
Yep.
Like, that's it. That's all I want.
And keep stacking it up. You got like 7 consoles fucking stacked. What are you gonna do
Dude.
with those old ones? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's it for the consoles. I don't know. They'll probably do a bunch of VR bullshit at E3, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's probably going to be some new VRs that are going to come onto the scene, is my guess, because VR is the new big thing and everybody wants to fucking get in on it. So I wouldn't be surprised if like Motorola and all the other cell phone companies kind of start rolling out some VR headset.
Motorola?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
All right.
Motorola.
Oh, nice. You get your
It's,
fucking
my piece of
Razer
shit.
VR. headset?
My Razer VR. Yeah.
Your flip headset.
Just open that bitch up.
It's like those old timey fucking glasses. That flip down with the shades.
I hope N-Gage gets back in the game with VR.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We can only hope.
Yeah, I was just gonna say or sidekick.
Yeah.
So,
E3 is a fun time. I like
Yeah.
E3.
I like just seeing all the cool shit that
Do-
comes
do you
out that I
watch-
can't afford.
Do you guys watch the press conferences? Do you get that into it? Or do you just
some
wait
of
for
them.
like the news to come out?
I usually
I
watch the
ab-
highlights or
absolutely
watch the
watch.
news.
Yeah, I watch in real time to kind of judge, because I am really judgy about stuff when they show it at E3. I don't like that, dude. Like, I always prepare for the inevitable downgrades of certain titles whenever they get released. Like, you know,
Right.
you see them visually and they're gonna get downgraded. I'm always like, huh, well, that's gonna happen. But I like to see what these big companies have in store, and try to compare it to like the year before, and see how they've taken the stuff up or how they've actually gotten worse about their projects
Right.
as of late.
I swear to God, fucking Watch Dogs 2 better not downgrade. After the whole debacle last time.
I mean,
Dude.
what the fuck does it matter anymore? They can,
They're
people should
not,
be expecting the disappointment by now
Yeah.
from
I suppose.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
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 They just continue to disappoint. I feel like every game that they come out with.
Did you guys
is
see
just
the,
like, really, guys?
the Watch Dogs footage at all?
I watched
They have
some
like
of it,
10,
Yeah.
10 minutes of gameplay or something.
I saw the really weird, not even dubstep, because this music was so much worse than anything I've ever heard. Like,
Just
it
sounds
was
like two
really
robots
weird.
fucking.
Dude, robots fucking would have been an improvement. You telling me Optimus Prime can't put his dick in a toaster? Like, what the fuck is happening here? Like, it was awful.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
They showed this footage of like an Asian guy parkouring around, and you could change his pants and shit. It was like,
Apparently, he's black.
Yeah.
was he black?
Yes, because that's where the Steam users are racist articles came
Oh.
from. Yeah.
Am
Yeah,
I
for
being
Watch
racist
Dogs.
by saying he was Asian, but not by
Dude.
not knowing he was black?
Dude, apparently you're not the only one who thought he was Asian, because one of the Steam like threads on the discussion was a dude from China talking about, I thought he was Asian. I didn't think he was a black guy. Like,
Hey, I see a light-skinned dude doing some kung fu shit. I'm gonna think he's Asian.
He's a light-skinned black guy.
yeah, I assumed he was a light-skinned black. He could potentially be both. Who knows? Like,
Right.
maybe you
Yeah.
can just change your race in game.
Yeah, maybe it's like Overwatch. You
Hack
can
your
just
race.
change your race.
Hack your own race, dude.
That'd be nice.
That's funny.
Cool. Yeah. What else?
No,
is
it looks
going
pretty
on?
cool.
It doesn't.
So
look that
hopefully it
cool.
turns out.
I don't think it looks cool.
Yeah, like,
so-
do people still want to play that type of game? Like open world? I don't know. I'm so out of the console scene as well. I
Well-
haven't played a game like that in a long time.
So here's the thing. Open world games are never going to become unpopular, especially if they're third-person action games. The particular game series may be out of favor with plenty of gamers, but you're never going to see like, oh, an open world game is not gonna make some money back. You know what I mean? Like, there's always market for things like The Witcher. There's always market for these types of games. So, you know, like,
Yeah, I guess so.
I personally love them. Because, like, for instance, if you look at fighting games, for instance, like Street Fighter, like, the majority of people that play the game are not the people who play it competitively. They're not even the people who go online and want to fight competitively. It's
Right.
usually just the people who go in and do single player.
The face
And-
rolls.
Yeah, like, and single player is just kind of, it's a big deal for a lot of people. Like, I know for me, for instance, like, I primarily play single player titles because, like, I don't have siblings. I never grew up around a lot of, like, you know, familial things, so I didn't have to worry about playing multiplayer games often unless I invited friends over. So I just played a lot of single player titles. So, yeah.
Sure.
I always played single player titles like with my brothers. Like,
And then you
we
do,
would
like,
just
sharing?
rotate. Yeah,
Yeah.
we would rotate the controller because we only had one controller, so that was part of it.
That's
But it was also just partaking in that movie like experience that was open world, like on rails kind of stuff. You know, like I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, I definitely get it. Like, you know, I love single player games. I'm not crazy about all of the multiplayer only titles, dude. Like, fucking Battlefront. God, I was so mad when they were like, it's multiplayer only. That was so dumb. Like, there are plenty of good Star Wars stories to tell. You just didn't want to bother doing one. That's
Well,
fine. Whatever.
someone from DICE said that they fucking nixed that because they wanted it out before Force Awakens.
Yeah, I figured, but they could have just made a better game.
Yeah.
So.
If they would have waited, just let
Yeah.
let the
Wait a
people who
little
know
bit.
what they're doing do
Yeah.
what they know.
Do what
Right.
they're doing. Yeah.
You know.
Well,
I mean,
that's-
those marketing people know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Jesus.
They know how to push the developers to put the game out early.
yeah.
They know how to straight up lie to people too. Like, holy crap! Like,
Yeah, man, they're good at that.
yeah. Oh god.
I wish I was a
Terrible.
marketer.
Yeah. What
You
would
could
do?
be.
Oh yeah, good. Hey guys, Just Okay Gamers podcast is a good quality show. You should listen to it with your family and friends.
We need better
around-
marketing. If this is our fucking marketing
This is
staff
weird.
right now.
This is the marketing division.
Advertising the podcast on
Yeah,
the podcast.
on the podcast.
I don't know about
like
this
it.
marketing strategy.
Wow.
I know you guys already listened to about an hour of this fucking thing, but in case you weren't listening, it's
Please
a good
keep
show, I
listening.
promise.
Just Okay Gamers is sponsored by Just Okay Gamers. If you want a podcast to listen
Oh, we can't
to,
afford
listen
that.
to Just Okay Gamers podcast on iTunes.
on iTunes. Previously
Or
on iTunes
YouTube.
and Spotify.
Sweet.
So
Well,
I kind of want to get back to this Overwatch a little bit.
yeah, let's talk about Overwatch.
So they plan on coming out with 2 separate releases, one for console and one for PC, based on what they see as the deficiencies in those individual platforms.
Okay, what Nasty wanted to say was that they're balancing the game separately from PC to console.
Yeah. That's what I.
Which is to be expected.
Yeah, that just makes sense. Like I
sounds
wouldn't
like a
expect
lot
them to
of
balance
work.
it the same. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Blizzard is
Blizzard's
a big
not
company.
a small company. Yeah.
Yeah,
Blizzard's
guess.
not a small company, so.
How would it get balanced differently? Like the aiming and stuff? I can't even picture.
No, I
The
think,
major differences.
I think character balances.
Okay,
That's
so
what they're kind of referring to.
assume you're playing the game with a gamepad on PS4, and you're playing a character like Widowmaker and McCree, and you notice that the speed at which your controller moves is going to be the speed at which the other controllers move as well. I don't think they necessarily have sensitivity like readjustments on console. So what they're going to do is they're going to say, well, listen, this is all locked in. This is uniform. This is how it's going to be. The characters are going to play the exact same on every single console at all times. Now they just have to assume who's doing the best on console versus who's doing the best on PC using mouse and keyboard with different sensitivities, that kind of stuff. So they're just going to have 2 separate divisions.
It's also like, for an example, like say people, because they're using a mouse and keyboard, their McCree E flashbang right click fan the hammer is working really well because they have that pinpoint sensitivity. But people on console just can't do it as well as people on.
Yeah.
So
So
they
you
might
might get nerfed on
Yeah, it
PC.
might get nerfed on PC or buffed on console or whatever they decide.
Right.
Oh, that's so weird. I wonder if those 2 groups must talk to each other, right? Or else
They have
you'll
to.
just like
No, they
way
fight
down
in the
the line.
office.
You'll
They
just end up with
just
2
have a
different
giant
games.
wall in the middle of the office.
Yeah, and
it's
they-
like
They're like,
PlayStation.
I don't want to talk to them. They're so angry at each other. Yeah, Overwatch is fun, man. I'm having a lot of fun. Do you play
I know.
Overwatch?
I want to
Kenny?
play it some more.
Okay, so I usually play Overwatch on a friend's account because I it's only if I have time. Like, there aren't enough hours in the fucking day. Like, I really
Truth.
want to sit down and play Overwatch a lot, but I can't do that because I have a project to work on and life is difficult. But whenever I'm done with this, in the next 5 months, I will just sit down and play Overwatch forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I could go on and on about Overwatch. I really enjoy that game.
It's a fun game. I would like to play some more. I think I'm gonna play some tonight, probably
I'll play with you, buddy.
after the podcast.
After the Pado.
Pado.
Yeah, the old
Pato, we're going to Potawatomi.
Yeah, Potawatomi, the casino in Milwaukee.
Yeah. There also, Overwatch seems to be cutting down on cheaters.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck, man. I
instantly.
read this account of one cheater. He's like, okay, I bought the game and I bought this fucking wall hacker trainer bullshit. All right. And I played the game and cheated with it for, 3 days or something. And then it got banned. And then he bought another on a different Blizzard account. Fucking took him 1 day. Got banned. He wasn't even using the cheats. And then
0 fucks given.
Right. He bought it with like a different credit card and took a few measures to try and make it so that they couldn't figure out it was him. Banned in a day. Didn't use the cheats or anything. They just like know now, which I think that they're probably just taking some sort of,
IP
hash check. No, not even IP. They're probably taking your hardware and stuff, your whole makeup. Yeah.
That would make sense. So
That's interesting.
swap out your RAM and then try
Yeah,
again.
just buy a whole new computer, dude.
Or just don't fucking cheat at the game.
Right.
I like it though. I think this is awesome. Blizzard has always kind of been like, especially in World of Warcraft, like the whole gold farming thing. They were kind of lax on that for quite some time, and to see them be as hard as they are on this game, like that's fucking awesome for a development company and like game company to actually just be like, no fucks given, you're done, you're fucking out of here.
For a game that they have competitive sights on, they gotta take care of the cheaters right away. you know?
Right. Yeah. They said in China they took care of already like 1,600 cheaters.
Jeez.
In China alone. So. And it's only been out for a month, so that's a lot of people.
They're taking initiative. Like, it's, you know, you should be shown that, listen, just because you buy something, you're not entitled to fucking cheat at it. So that's good. Mm-hmm. Like, that's fine. Like,
yeah. All right. Are we done with general gaming?
Yeah, we can move on.
Okay. Yeah. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Let's all take a nap. Mid-podcast
Yep, nap time.
Oh, a little nappy too. Okay, let's go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and nap.
Guido.
I think someone's dreaming about me.
Big cake.
bring wine and bitches.
Big cake for Guido. Make a cake for Guido.
Cakes?
Decorate it with lots of sprinkles.
Income.
Oh, put some candles in it.
It's my sleep apnea.
Oh, God.
All right.
That was a first for the podcast.
Yeah, a little sleep break.
It was nice. I feel refreshed.
I do feel refreshed.
great.
Refreshed enough to play a little circle jerk, you think?
Ooh.
You guys want to do it?
Let's do
What's
it.
happening?
Circle jerk reviews.
You just wait.
Circling up.
Segway. Yo, chisel.
So circle jerk, I think we should do a little like fortune telling circle jerk, and we talk about what the various companies at E3 are going to reveal.
Ooh, I like that.
I can tell by the look on Kenny's face he has no idea what a circle jerk is.
What are you talking about? I frequent PC Master Race. I know what a circle jerk is.
Okay, well, this is a little different.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what happened at the Microsoft, say, E3 showcase that they do, okay? But we're going to do it one word at a time, and we're going to do it in a circle, okay? So it's going to be me. I'll say one word. Millpool will say the next. Nasty will say the third, and you'll say the fourth. And we'll try and formulate some coherent happening that happened at the Microsoft show. Do you understand?
Okay. All right.
All right. And we'll just see how it goes. I guess we'll start with Microsoft right away. And
Okay.
I'll start it. So, again, it goes me, Millpool, Nasty, Kenny. And then back to me. Got it? All right. Here we go. Microsoft. Future. Let me look into the future. This is what happened at the Microsoft show of the E3 Expo. Okay. Games.
Were
Announced.
Several.
Times.
at,
The
Press.
Conference.
but,
there
Terrible.
Okay. That's a good start. But no, I'm getting another reading from the future. Specifically, one of the games was brought up, and that game was Halo.
2,
is
Gay.
Because
all,
the
Men.
suck
each,
others
Cocks.
with
there,
plasma.
Mouths.
all right. I mean, yeah, I understand it was terrible, and
this is supposed to be premonitions.
yeah.
This game
I
is
don't know why we're talking about Halo 2.
Let's have some crosstalk going on there.
Oh, but I'm getting another reading from Microsoft here. Okay. Bill
Gates.
Had.
Epilepsy.
So,
He.
Couldn't.
Stand.
on
His.
Feet.
All right, good. So there you go. There you guys have it. That's the wrap up for Microsoft. You getting the hang of this, Kenny? Let's try another one. You pick. What do you want to? What game company was talking about their products here? You guys have any ideas?
I'm thinking Nintendo, maybe.
Oh yeah, let's do Nintendo. Okay. I'm getting a premonition about Nintendo. Okay. Oh, here it is. Mario.
Brothers.
Have.
Not.
Shown.
Any.
Improvement.
Since.
They.
Fucked.
There.
Princess.
In.
The.
Castle.
Same. Nasty trying to PG it up a little.
I mean, I was thinking Castle too.
Yeah, of course.
We're one mind.
Right.
One mind.
Oh, hold on. Excuse me, I'm getting another premonition.
Get another one.
Take your time.
Okay, yep, here it is. Wii U
Is.
A.
Peace.
of
Nice.
Equipment.
Continue, Kenny.
Premonition.
Not.
A
Steaming.
Pile.
Of.
bad
Boy.
not a steaming. It's a nice piece of equipment, not a steaming pile of bad boy shit. Just so everybody's aware.
It's true.
Okay, here, let's see. Oh, I'm getting another premonition here. Okay, here it is. Zelda.
Is.
A.
Woman.
And
She.
Kills.
Ganondorf.
with
Her.
Giant.
Penis.
spoiler alert.
Zelda's trans. That's right.
She was always a tranny.
She identifies as a she, though, so it's okay.
Dude, Zelda identifies as chic.
Yep, there you go. Okay, one more show here. What should we do here? Valve? Let's do Valve.
Oh, Val.
All right.
All right. Okay, here it is. Half
Off.
No.
Orange.
box
Of.
Games.
Sales.
prices.
But.
There.
Awful.
Half off. Hold on. Half off the orange box.
Orange
game
box
sales
of
prices.
Game sales prices.
But they're awful.
But they're awful.
Oh dear.
I'm sure Guido was going for Half-Life.
I'm sure he was going for
What?
Half-Life.
Wow.
I figured he was going for Half-Life.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
think
heard
we
of
were
that
all
before.
thinking life, and then all of a sudden off comes
I was
out.
so certain we were going to manage to get to Half-Life 3 doesn't exist.
Okay. Oh, here comes another one. Portal.
2.
Has
Never.
Been
Better.
than
half
Off.
Orange.
Box.
Prices.
But
awful.
Oh boy! All right, I think we can end it there. Oh boy! Well, there you have it, everybody. There's our look into the future for E3.
Apparently, don't go get the half
wait.
off
Don't
orange
get
box
the
prices.
orange box prices. Oh god.
why did they announce that?
I don't know why they would do that. All right, now it's time for a little something that I like to call Listener of the Week. Yo, Listener of the Week now. He's gonna be real sweet now. It's Listener of the Week. Yeah. This week's Listener of the Week is Parad 0 times 2. Parad 0 times 2 gave us 5 stars on the iTunes in the United States. And he titled his review, Mediocrity, a Review. And his review is as follows. This is by far my favorite podcast to listen to at work. It has everything you want in a League of Legends podcast. Great hosts, little to do about League, this review, all the good stuff. That was written by my good personal friend, Parad 0 times 2, who I admire. And that is our Listener of the Week. Thanks, Parad 0 times 2. You are our Listener of the Week. Yo, Listener of the Week now. He's gonna be real sweet now. It's Listener of the Week. Yeah.
Was that a review in a review?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Should we review his review?
Yeah.
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 Should we review him?
We should review everybody.
So we should review that review then?
Review reviews, yeah.
What do you
fuck
guys
it.
feel
I
about
give that review about a 3 out of 5.
I give that a
That's all right.
5.1 out of 5.5.
Yeah, on a scale of 5 to 5.5, I'd give it a 5.3.
Yeah, 5.3.
I don't know. I thought that was a
So
good
far.
review. I'd say
5.4
5.5.
Yeah, you get
5.5
that's
out of
the
5.5?
best review. That's
It
as
could-
good
it
as a
could
review
have
can
been
get.
Yeah, yeah.
I personally think it could have been glowing a bit more. You know, you really see Zack Snyder's influence in that review, like how Superman, when he first shows up in that part of the review, he isn't necessarily the Superman we're used to. He's a lot more
Right.
mopey and a lot sadder. But I think this particular review, Batman was great in that review, though. Don't worry, like that was
Batman did a
pretty
great
solid.
job.
Batman did a
there.
great job in that review. So yeah.
I still haven't seen that movie.
Yeah, actually, I like the movie. Like, I was pretty positive on it. Like, that's just because I like comic books. So
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I like comic books too, but I'm way too critical about shit when it comes to
It's
it.
fair enough.
I don't know.
But like, I think it's funny because if you think about what a lot of people hate about that movie, it's not the casting, it's not the music, it's not the visual style, it's not even the dialogue. It's just that there's a perfect storm of combinations with certain things at times that just kind of make it not as great as it deserves to be. It's really all over the place at certain points. But as a movie, it's quite solid in terms of like just pure eye candy, going in and enjoying an adaptation of a comic and liking it. So
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever read Preacher?
You know what? I have that in my Comicsology wish list, so
read it. It's
I'm gonna
one of
read
my
it
favorites.
soon.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
I love Garth Ennis. Like I've read Frost, I've read The Boys. God, The Boys is one of my
Boys
favorites.
is fun.
Oh my god,
The Boys is fun.
But he hates capes. That's my only thing about Garth Ennis. He hates superheroes.
Right.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Nasty, you want to plug us out?
No, No, let
Wait, what are we doing?
AntiRivet
Oh yeah,
plug himself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You
okay.
got plugs?
Plugs.
Plug it
Yeah.
up.
Plug it up.
Yeah, go ahead and support Falconshield on Patreon, or come and watch our videos on our YouTube channel. We have tons of stuff like This Is War, and This Is War 2, and This Is War 3, and This Is War 4, and This Is Wardles,
Oh.
but nothing else.
You guys are still gonna work together and make music, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's
yeah.
just This Is War is over.
Yeah, This Is
not
War
Falcon
is done
Shield
for
and
now.
you and your part in Falcon Shield, right?
Yeah, no. There was a time where I thought I might be leaving the band, but it wasn't the best decision. Like I wanted Joseph to feel free to do, like take things in a different direction. I felt like I couldn't effectively help him do that if I was there, but he convinced me, we'd be better off just keeping working together. So I was like, all right, sure, why not?
Sure.
So but yeah.
Well, I look forward to anything you make personally, or with the other guys in Falcon Shield.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And
Yeah,
you're always
very
welcome
much-
on this podcast. It's always great having you on.
Thank you
Very
so much,
en-
guys.
Enjoy your guys' stuff. So continue the good work, and I hope that the whole Patreon and YouTube stuff that you guys are moving towards works out better for you than the whole couple month devotion to one video.
Yeah,
Go-
I'm looking forward to seeing how we do in the future. So
Right.
Go check out their Patreon. It's patreon.com/FalconShield, I take it.
yeah,
Yeah, go check
Awesome.
that out.
Yes.
See what they offer. You don't have to spend money, but it's nice to go see what they got and maybe support them if you really like them,
Right.
They're all
Yeah.
great guys.
give us your money.
For sure.
Also, give us your money at patreon.com/JustOkGamers.
$1 goes a long way,
Hey,
guys.
while you're giving them money, give us money.
We're falling behind on this Shoutcast milestone that we're trying to hit.
We're going downward.
We,
Yeah, we're
we
going
broke
down.
500, or we broke 400. And now we're
Yeah,
back
but then
down
we
to,
went back down.
We lost. Yep. No, that's all right. We appreciate everybody that helps us out on Patreon. So if you guys want to become a part of the Patreon group, you guys can go to justokgamers.com and find the link in the top right corner, as well as the link to all of our social media. So check us out there.
Yeah,
check it out.
Check
check it out, guys. Just Okay Gamers is great. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. Thanks
I'm
for
going to
being
use
here,
that as a
guys.
sound clip. Just Okay Gamers is great.
That's why I'm here.
Do it.
It's like a station
It's all
ID.
yours.
That's like Tony the Tiger. They're great.
They're great.
That's pretty good.
That was real good.
Yeah, that was a fun little show. A good warm-up, coming back warm-up.
Yeah. It
I
was
think
a
we're
great
back in
show.
the swing of things. We shouldn't have a problem next week at all, huh?
I like to call it back in the saddle.
Who needs Wally?
Yeah, who needs that guy?
Fuck him. Here you go.
Poor Wally.
All right, thanks again, Kenny, for coming by. We appreciate it, and you're a shining beacon, and you bring happiness to everyone, and we all love you. And you're welcome back anytime.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And that should do it, right, guys?
Yeah.
Any
Good
last
show,
minute banter?
guys.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I know it's hard to come up with
Banter.
the
My
last minute
favorite kind of banter.
Banter.
You know what? We'll save
banter.
the banter for the Twitch audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Those people that are watching us live right now.
Including
Right.
Professor Milk.
Yeah, he's here right now. That's awesome.
Okay. Bye-bye, podcast listeners. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.